Hi, third graders. This week we have been focusing on how good readers ask questions before, during, and after reading. Before reading, we asked ourselves, I wonder what the story is going to be about. Does the title help me? These were questions that good readers ask before they start reading. We had learned that from the title, Amazing Grace, that the main character was Grace. And we had made a prediction that Grace did something amazing, which means wonderful. And she did do something wonderful. She tried out for a play, even when others told her she might not be able to be the part of Peter Pan. But her Nana helped her persevere through that and showed her that she, in fact, could do it. So the title did help us to make predictions and showed us who the main character was going to be. Before reading, we also made predictions. Remembering that making predictions is a strategy that we use in which readers use information from a text. For example, we just used the title and we used the illustrations that we had seen. Sometimes you might use headings in informational text or diagrams also in informational text. Sometimes we use our own personal experience to help us figure out what we're reading next. Questions to think about during reading. We asked ourselves, I wonder what will happen next in the story. Do I need to reread? And what is the story mostly about? Well, after reading, oftentimes we, especially for fiction stories like Amazing Grace, we figure out what lesson did the story teach us, or we call it the central message. It's the big idea of the story. It's what the author wants us to learn from reading the story. It's a life lesson, and it teaches us how we could apply it to our real life. In the story, Amazing Grace, if we flip to the very end, I'm going to reread the last page to us. The play was a big success, and Grace was an amazing Peter Pan. After it was all over, she said, I feel as if I could fly all the way home. You probably could, said Ma. Yes, said Nana. If Grace put her mind to it, she could do anything she wanted. So if Grace put her mind to it, she could do anything she wanted. Is that a lesson that you could apply to your life and learn it? Is there something that's been challenging for you that you've maybe needed to show a growth mindset, telling yourself to not give up, to keep trying? We went back into the text to find evidence from the lesson that was learned in the story. Readers, I've enjoyed working with you this week and talking to you about the story Amazing Grace. Next week, we'll continue another story that has our character Grace in it, and it's called Boundless Grace. We'll be looking at story elements, and we're going to also talk about how characters change throughout a story. When you log off, you will be going to the exit ticket. Let me help you and show you how to do that. Let's see. Before we do that, though, I want us to remember that we ask questions to help us understand. Good readers ask questions before, during, and after reading. We also, when we are looking for our answers to our questions, we use the text to find our answers. We use text evidence, just like I modeled and showed you how we could go back into the text. When you are completing your exit ticket, you are going to tell about a time that you learned a lesson in your life. Was there something that you did and that you overcame, or a lesson was learned? So tell me about a time that you learned a lesson, just like Grace did in our story. Go ahead now and go to the exit ticket to complete it. If you have any questions, please reach out to your homeroom teacher.